What does that even mean, Bowers Game Corner?
Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another game review, and today I'm very excited to check out JurassAttack from Green Couch Games. This is for 2 players, ages 8+. It'll take you about 15 minutes to play, and JurassAttack is a dinosaur fighting game where you and another player are going to go head-to-head fighting with dinosaurs, trying to get the most points in this gamer's version of war. I know you're scoffing right now at gamer's version of war, but is it good? Let's open it up, and I'll tell you. Alrighty then, we're going to take a look at what's showing inside of JurassAttack. First and foremost, we got our handy-dandy rule booklet. It's 1-page, double-sided, full color, full of pictures, illustrations, examples. It is very, very well done. It'll have you up and running in no time at all. I will say the QR code didn't work for me, but that's more of a nitpick than anything else. Still a very well done rule booklet. So what is JurassAttack? It, for all intents and purposes, is a gamer's version of war. Before that scares you off, let me reassure you, this one's actually pretty awesome. Spoiler alert. So, in this game, what you're going to be getting is you're going to be getting a deck of dinosaur cards. And there's 2 decks of cards. They're completely symmetric, so every card you have, your opponent will also have. And there's going to be lots of different kinds of dinosaurs in this deck. And so let's show you your typical dinosaur so you can get a feel for exactly what kind of dinosaurs you're going to have. So up here you have the ferocity. For those of you familiar with war, you want to have the higher ferocity, because if you have the higher ferocity, your team wins, and then you get to take your opponent's card that they played out in the middle, or cards, and put them into your score pile, which can gain you points at the end of the game. How many points, you ask? Well, they will score you this many points down here, and all the different cards have different amount of points that they will score you if you capture your opponent's dinosaur. Next, you got the name right here, and this is important because dinosaurs can pack up with other dinosaurs. In typical war, you just flip over a card, and that would be your card. In this game, not only are you not going to be flipping over the cards, you'll be able to pick which cards you want to play, but you can also play down more than 1 card at a time. So, for instance, if you have these 3 cards in your hand, you could play all of them as a pack because they are the same kind of dinosaur. And actually, this is a really cool card. This is one of my favorite cards in the game. This is the Compy, which for every other Compy that you play in a pack, that's how many points it's worth. So this one is worth 3, because you have 3. They're all worth 3 points because you have 3 of them. So this would be a 9 power that you'd be playing down. If you only played 2 of them, it would only be a 4 power, and this would just be a 1 power. But anywho, you can play more than 1 dinosaur at a time as long as they match. So, victory point-wise, we talked about this. This number right down here is very important as well, because that will tell you exactly how many of this card you have in your deck. So this is how many victory points you get if you capture it. That's the ferocity. That's how many is in your deck. And last but not least, you're going to have the special text right here. And there's various different kinds of special text. This is the Dilophosaurus. Win or lose, your rival is blinded next round. So pretty much if you play this card, you're going to randomly pick your opponent's next card, which can be very useful. We'll take a look at some of the other cards. Tyrannosaurus Rex. He can't be paired with any other Tyrannosaurus Rex because he's already a 7, which is very powerful. But he can't be paired with eggs. Now, what are eggs, you might ask? Well, I'll show you the apex as well. Eggs are this little guy right here. They have 0 ferocity, but if you win, you get to put this back into your score pile, which could be great because obviously it's, you know, points that you get. One of my other favorite cards, and the one that I really think makes some things interesting, is the Apex card, which when you play this, you automatically win the fight. But anywho, those are what your kind of cards you're going to get. Let's show you how the gameplay works. So each player is going to draw 5 cards, like so. I believe they say that the footprint always goes first, but honestly, you can flip a coin, you can do it however you want. We'll just say the footprint is going to go first. So now he's going to be able to, he has to play his cards face down in the middle of the table before the dinosaur skull does it. So let's take a look at his hand. He doesn't have a particularly great hand right here. You know what? Maybe we'll do it like this, and we'll, yeah. So we have the Pterodon, can pack with any other dinosaur except T-Rex and Spinosaurus. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and play down these 3 right here. We can play this guy, and then these 2 can join him just because. So we are going to be laying down 3 cards. We are laying down a pack. Now, we don't draw back up to 5. That's very important. So now, our opponent sees that we've played 3 cards. They get to decide what card they want to play. So, they have a couple options. They could just concede, maybe thinking that this is a really high number, or they could try and fight us. They might play that Tyrannosaurus Rex and be like, oh, I bet it's smaller than a 9, so I can fight them. So you know what? I think he will. He'll play down his 9 right here, and then we reveal at the same time. So I have a 9 over there, and then on this side, we only have a 4. So we do any special abilities, which none of these have any special abilities that are relevant right now. So what's going to happen is this guy, since he won, is going to take his card back. He's going to put it in a discard pile. You're never really going to use your discard pile, maybe once in a while with special cards, but it's just gone out of the game for the most part. Then you are going to take these 3 cards that your opponent played and lost, and you're going to put them in your score pile. So you can just set it to the side right there, and you will have your score pile, and those will gain you points at the end of the game. Now, the next thing that is interesting is the player who lost gets to draw back up to 5 cards. This guy gets to draw back up to 5 cards. This guy does not get to draw back up to 5 cards, so he is now restricted to whatever is in his hand. One really cool aspect of this game, and also since he won last round, he now goes first, and he's going to have to lead off. So let's do another hand. You know what? He really wants to try and win again, so you know what? He might do this. Boom. He might do the 2 compies and the Pterosaurus. So that's going to be bringing him a power of 5, which is a very respectable power. So boom, he would play those 3 cards right there. And this guy takes a look at his hand. Let's see what he drew. He got a compy. He got a Velociraptor. Ooh, he could get 2 Velociraptors. He could play those together. That's going to give him an 8. Yeah, that seems like a no-brainer. We'll play that down right there. We would reveal. This guy's like, haha, I have a 5. That's pretty good, right? And this guy'd be like, no, it's not so good. I have an 8. And since anytime a raptor goes into a player's score pile, that player must discard a score. So this one's not actually going to take place because it goes into our discard pile instead of our score pile because it is our card. And these 3 would go into our score pile towards the end of the game. We would stay at 3 cards. The other player would draw back up to 5 cards, and then we would rinse, wash, and repeat. What you're going to do is you're going to continue to go until someone has played all of the cards they have in their deck and in their hand. Once they've played their last card, the game will be over. You will tally up all the points you have in your score pile, and whoever wins is, whoever has the most points is going to be the winner of a game. And that, in a nutshell, is how JurassAttack is played. Alrighty then, JurassAttack from Green Couch Games. What are my final thoughts? Let's go with the pros, let's go with the cons. First, on the con side, the game is not going to be for everybody for a couple different reasons. 2-player, very restricted player count. Also, this is a very simplistic game. This is a modified version of war, a gamer's version of war, which obviously means there's not going to be too much meat on the bone. Also, I would like just a little teeny bit more variety of cards. I want more cards, which actually can kind of put on the pro side because I'm going to just gloat all about this game, but I want more cards. I want promo cards. I want an expansion. That's how much I like this game because I don't really have any... Oh, you're going to be doing the same things over and over and over again, so it can get a teeny bit repetitive. Maybe if you played it over and over again, like 4 straight games, but that's what I got. Because moving on to the pros, JurassAttack is fantastic. I love this game. I highly recommend this game. If you play a lot of 2-player games, go get this game. This is a fantastic little quick filler game. If you are looking for a great 2-player family game, look no further. If you have a 7-year-old or older who likes dinosaurs, this is a game you need to get. It's that simple. But don't let me scare you off because I said 7-year-old. This is still fun with grown-ups too. It's a fantastic game. What do I like about it though? Easy to learn, easy to teach, great artwork, great components, cool variety of cards. I like how each card has its own unique tick to it. The iconography of the cards is very user-friendly. The rule booklet is very well done. The box looks great presentation-wise, and it's the perfect size. It's just the right size, which I always like when they do that. I also really like how there's a back and forth, you know, sort of a tug of war in this game. And there's never really going to be a snowball effect with this game. I like it. It has what might be called catch-up AI a little bit, where if you win a battle or 2 in a row, you're going to be in a disadvantage. But it's not terrible because it's going to balance itself out with both players doing that. Every game I've played of this has been relatively close and relatively tight, and I like that a lot. I do love it. I love the fact that if you win, you don't get to draw a new card. So as you continue to win, it's great. It's like, oh, I won again, and I won again. But then at the same time, you're like, ooh, I have 0 good cards to play. This kind of stinks. But I love that aspect of the game. Overall, I don't know why you're still watching this. Go get this game. If you were on the fence about this game, get off the fence and go get this game. JurassAttack is an outstanding 2-player game. It is one of the best light 2-player games that I have ever played. A lot of fun. This is going to have a spot on my shelf probably for as long as I have a shelf. JurassAttack, Green Couch Games. Fantastic. You need to get this game if you like 2-player games. If you enjoyed this review, please be sure to click on the subscribe button down below in the comments below. Let me know if the dinosaurs came back. How do you think we would use them? How do you think we'd manipulate them? Actually, my son has a book called If the Dinosaurs Came Back. And it talks about how we would use the dinosaurs to do like farming and to, you know, use them as public transportation. We put saddles on them so they would replace buses and all sorts of crazy things. But it got me thinking, we actually probably would use the dinosaurs to our advantage. What would we do? I could see us using them as some sort of electricity, like maybe a dinosaur just kind of follows a carrot on a stick or something and just turns a big windmill. I don't know. That's how much I know about how energy works. But let me know in the comments below, how do you think we would use dinosaurs if they were still around? And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube.